The ancient civilizations, particularly those of Egypt, have left a profound and enduring impact on our understanding of history, culture, and the human experience. Among the most fascinating aspects of these civilizations are their texts and manuscripts, which offer a glimpse into their beliefs, knowledge, and practices. Certain discoveries are made by diving into the depth of this civilization. Among them, a 5,000-year-old manuscript called the Book of Enoch holds the key to unraveling a bone-chilling message about humanity. How can an old manuscript be this terrific? What could even be the horrifying message that our old ancestors had possibly recorded in it? Here, in this video, we are going to unravel the mystery behind the Book of Enoch. One of the most intriguing texts from ancient Egypt is the Book of Enoch. This ancient Hebrew apocalyptic text, traditionally ascribed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, contains astonishing revelations about the origins of evil, the mysterious fallen angels, the mighty nephilim, the cataclysmic flood, the prophesied Messiah, and the imminent end times. The discovery of the Book of Enoch, alongside other significant texts, was made in the latter part of the 1940s by Bedouin shepherds near the Dead Sea. This discovery included a collection of leather scrolls and papyrus dating back over 2,000 years, which were later identified as the Dead Sea Scrolls. The book consists of 5 major sections. The first part of the Book of Enoch describes the fall of the Watchers, the angels who fathered the angel-human hybrids called nephilim. The remainder of the book describes Enoch's revelations and his visits to heaven in the form of travels, visions, and dreams. The introduction to the Book of Enoch tells us that Enoch was a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed him, who heard everything from them. It discusses God coming to earth on Mount Sinai with his hosts to pass judgment on mankind. It also tells us about the luminaries rising and setting in the order and in their own time and never changing. The book also discusses how all things are ordained by God and take place in his own time. That is, the sinners shall perish, and the great and the good shall live on in light, joy, and peace. The first section of the book depicts the interaction of the fallen angels with mankind, that the Semi-Azaz compels the other 199 fallen angels to take human wives to beget us children. Semi-Azza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said that they all together bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon, and they called it Mount Hermon. The names of the leaders are given as Samyaza, known as Shemiazaz, their leader, Arakiel, Ramiel, Kokabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Dinel, Shazakiel, Barakiel, Asael, Armaros, Batariel, Bezaliel, Ananiel, Zakiel, Shamziel, Satariel, Turiel, Yomiel, Sariel. This results in the creation of the Nephilim Genesis, or Anakim, also called Anak, which are giants, as they are described in the book as, and they became pregnant. And they bore great giants, whose height was 300 ells, who consumed all the acquisitions of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind, and they began to sin against birds, and beasts, and reptiles, and fish, and to devour one another's flesh, and drink the blood. It also discusses the teaching of humans by the fallen angels. Chapters 37 to 71 of the Book of Enoch are referred to as the Book of Parables. The scholarly debate centers on these chapters. The Book of Parables appears to be based on the Book of the Watchers, but presents a later development of the idea of final judgment and of eschatology, concerned not only with the destiny of the fallen angels, but also that of the evil kings of the earth. The Book of Parables uses the expression, Son of Man, for the eschatological protagonist, who is also called Righteous One, Chosen One, and Messiah, and sits on the throne of glory in the final judgment. And the next part is the astronomical book. This book contains descriptions of the movement of heavenly bodies and of the firmament. As a knowledge revealed to Enoch in his trips to heaven, guided by Uriel, and it describes a solar calendar that was later described also in the Book of Jubilees, which was used by the Dead Sea sect. The use of this calendar made it impossible to celebrate the festivals simultaneously with the Temple of Jerusalem. The next one is the Book of Dream Visions, containing a vision of a history of Israel all the way down to what the majority have interpreted as the Maccabean revolt and is dated by most to Maccabean times, about 163 to 142 BC. According to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, it was written before the Genesis flood. And the last part is the Epistle of Enoch, which focuses on the birth of Noah. In conclusion, Enochic studies have traditionally been historical, focusing on the meanings of the text for its ancient audiences. Old Testament scripture in the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church has played a significant role in its theology, especially via the Andemta tradition of interpretation. In 2015, a group of scholars from Ethiopia and other countries held meetings in Ethiopia and the UK to explore the significance of Enoch for contemporary theology. The initial outcome was a collection of essays published in 2017 on various theological topics, including justice, political theology, the environment, the identity of the Son of Man, suffering and evil, and that wraps up today's content. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.